So yeah, we're headed up through Mentone Highway 38 just to check it out. I can see little lights up there, and it looks like it's being fought from some of the truck trails they have, but it's running up the Yucaipa ridgeline, and it's basically from about the 2000 all the way up to the top now. It looks like approaching that 800, 9,000 foot level. I think there's a 9,000 foot peak right there, right at the top where Little San Gorgonio is, but it's mainly over here in Yucaipa along the bench. If you're familiar with the area, if you do a lot of hiking, it's right above the Mill Creek station right now, right above it. And it looks like it's burning pretty solidly into the Forest Falls area, and it's definitely over that ridge line. So we'll check back when we get a little closer. A lot of people up here, so we're gonna creep up here and see how close we can get just to see it, go rubberneck it. So as we come into the upper reaches of Mentone, you can really start to see it. Like I said, these fires will typically lay down a little bit at night. It's just the way the fires work. But this one's got a lot of stuff to burn, so I don't know that it'll lay down too much overnight. I think it's gonna stay pretty strong. And I think I was listening to the air attack, and they were laying down some lines to kind of hold it off overnight. That was their focus in the last hour or two. The last few loads, I heard the planes fly over, and they were basically putting on their last fight before they gotta land those puppies, because they can't fight overnight. So, but the fire is just super intimidating, man. It is way up on that ridge line, and it's pretty bright, which means it's burning super hot. I'm right here, gonna be passing right by Green Spot Market. If you happen to be in the area, drop in. Good people, make some spectacular jerky in there. There is some really good beef jerky in this store. But just be careful in this intersection. There's always a lot of accidents right here. So, but looks like a lot of people out and about. Still just dark right now. It's still 105 degrees outside. Hit 121 degrees today in the Inland Empire, like Redlands, San Bernardino, pretty much everywhere, all hit 120. So really beefy day out there for the heat, man. Damn, it was a hot one. Some areas reached, I think Grand Tarachi, which we call Grand Terrace, they hit 123 today. So that's pretty big for temperatures for that area. I guarantee that's a record. But yeah, it looks like it definitely went over the ridge line. I'm seeing flames from this distance. I swear those things got to be 200 feet tall, at least 200 foot tall flames at the top of that mountain, because there's trees and forest, and those things are burning high. It's high and hot right now, man. So we're gonna get up here on the road a little bit and see if we can't get a better view for you guys. Look at this guy just backing up in the middle of the highway. What an idiot. So we're up here at this is one of the last little turns, and we'll check in when we get to the other side. So here we go. Now we can kind of see it pretty good. Right here, they're gonna have it blocked off up here in a little bit. So we're gonna hang back, park before all that, so we can see it and see it good, because it's gonna be pretty packed up here. Yeah, see, it gets real congested right up here. So we're gonna pull off and not start another fire, because you pull off into these bushes and you will definitely start a fire. So this looks like a good spot right here. Nice and dirt right before all the traffic, because it's gonna be residents only. And I don't feel like getting in all that mix right up there. So we're gonna park right here and check it out. Let's hop out and zoom in for you. So there's the sunset right behind us. Beautiful. All right, we are set up. Let's zoom in. Fire's pretty big. So there we go, guys. We are about 2 to 3 miles at the most, but this is up, what you're seeing right now is way up high on the ridge. It's probably about the 4,500 foot level, 5,000. Huge flames up top. And it's definitely, they got a crew, looks like. They got crews headed up the back roads I can see to my left. If I can, I'll show you a little later, but there's either that or there's people up there. But there's some truck trails over there by Seven Oaks, on the other side of Seven Oaks, and I think they got crews going up that way too. I don't know, but that fire is really raging. That flame you're seeing right now is over 200 feet high. I know it doesn't look like it in this shot, but I can see that flame from where I'm standing, naked eye, and that thing's huge. There's got to be 2 or 3 houses wide at least, and 200 feet high right there, like a little area. But that's right on top of the ridge. You can probably make out some pine trees in that shot. But it is something else, man. That is a big fire. Well, let's zoom around a little bit and just show you the size of this fire. That's right along the top. Now the hot spot you see on the left there is the one that's made it over the ridge. That is on the Forest Falls side of the ridge. And it is a hot spot, man. And they got looks like they got a crew. They might have dropped some crews up there. Super dangerous. But let's zoom in on that flare up right there. That's a huge flare up. There you go. That's a massive flare up right there. There's some big trees right in that area. So we'll be checking that out for a little while for you, just let you watch it. This fire, I have no idea how it started yet. I don't know if there's even been speculation on how it started, but this is the west side of where the apple fire was. So this is the west side of that, and almost the exact same area. It just burned, this is burning off northwest versus the apple fire went northeast. So huge fire though. This one's gonna burn a while. They're gonna have trouble with this one. A lot of old growth. We're really pulling for the people down in Forest Falls and Mountain Home. They're in a lot of danger by this fire right here. Tonight is the night for them to get their belongings and get out of there, because tomorrow is gonna be really bad if they don't. Because I really think this one's got a good chance of going down that valley and burning it. And I remember they had some meetings not long ago in that area telling them, hey, we're life and only, no property. We're not going to save your house if it gets into this area. And here we are with a fire that very well could test that. I know that they were laying down fire retardant for property. They were doing that over there by Wildwood. I heard the radio traffic, but they had a good opportunity to do that. But now, I mean, when it gets over that mountain, it's going to be extremely hard for them to stop this. I could hear a helicopter coming right now. I can see it actually behind me coming up the valley. We're over here in the very northern end of Mentone off the 38. Pretty incredible. What a flare up. That's a massive fire right there, guys. There's some radio towers up there that they use for repeaters, and I'm sure those things are in danger. Yeah, those are 200-foot flames, no problem right there. Wow, it's just getting bigger and bigger out there, guys. I can see it with the naked eye, just getting brighter and brighter. The spot that we're zoomed in on right now must be just engulfing some big forest. Could be a news helicopter, I'm not sure, but crazy, man. Huge flames. All right, we come back. It looks like that just burned off a huge stand of trees, and it calmed down, but it's flaring up real low. It's over here in the Yucaipa bench area too. It's burning really close to some houses right now on the north side of Yucaipa. If you're familiar with the area where you go up 38 by Mill Creek Station and you make a right to go to Yucaipa, there's homes right there. There's fire right on those houses right now. And I'm sure they got ground guys over there fighting it. But let me pan over and show you that. Okay, that right there is extremely close to where there are houses. And if you look in there, you might even see some fire trucks in that shot. But there's some homes right there. But this one, look at this shot, guys. Let's go back to this other area. It's gonna come over the mountain right now. So there's an active shot of it coming right over the top of the mountain. I mean, it's just about to crest that hill. You can really see how fires just travel, and a minute ago, that was just that glowing area I was showing you. It was just glowing. But as you can see, it's starting to come over the top of that hill. It's just really taken off. If you guys decide to come out here to see these things like this, just make sure you stay back. I mean, I see a lot of people just driving right up into it, and the EMS and fire just really hate that, because they might need to start a different line or just do, you know, something, and maybe they got some people to evacuate, and all these people just create traffic up there. So if you're gonna do it like this. Just hang back. You can almost see like a vortex in there starting to form as it comes up on that ridge line. It's just getting closer and closer. Huge flame though. Yeah, now you got people up here just pulling over. They're gonna cause an accident. They're like right on the highway. Still a hot night out here. 122, 123 degrees for highs in some areas of the Inland Empire today. Really hot. We were actually hotter than Death Valley. And Death Valley peaked out at 119. Let's go back to these other spots in a minute. We'll let you watch this for a little bit, and then we're going to go up to these other flare-ups that are up on the top of the mountain. They're growing up there. Oh yeah, we got to go to that one, guys.
Good out of it? Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Right on. I'll pull out without my lights on. Sorry about that.
No, you're all right. Yeah, just a lot of people pulling over now. They're seeing where I'm parked, and
You're okay? You're okay if I turn my lights on?
oh yeah, by all means. He wants to drive out with no lights on just so he doesn't mess up the shot. And I'm like, nah, man, I don't want you crashing or getting hit for that. Man, as you guys could see though, that flare-up burned a bunch of trees and got real hot. But it's quite the fire right now. Let's find another hot spot for you guys. So pretty much what we're seeing is it's just glowing up there, up against the mountain. Trucks, freaking Stater Brothers truck trying to go to Yucaipa. I'm like, man, I don't know how they're even getting through. I probably should take Yucaipa Boulevard. Pretty good flare-ups though. If we back out, you're really gonna see the glow that this fire is creating for some of these spots. It is just barely beginning to lay down. As you see, the flare-up difference is quite improved. And this is when they hope it just kind of does this overnight. Let's see if we can zoom in for you guys on that hot spot there. There we go. Little hot spot just starting to flare up. We just caught that one right now. That's a fresh flare up just within the last 30 seconds right now. Just probably catching into like a stand of trees or something. A lot more traffic in the last 5-10 minutes. People are starting to see the fire from a distance. Hey there. Hello? Hello? Off of 38. You pass like green spot, and then the road opens up. Nah, before that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of cars, and I'm right before that on the side of the road. About 200 yards up. So just had Jason with Huck Outdoors. He's in the area. Jason's a local in the area just like me. Man, a hell of a lot of people all of a sudden. A lot of cars. Crazy. I think we got news helicopters above us right now. So there's a pretty good hot spot for you guys right there. There's a few of them up there that we're seeing. There's a really big one forming off to the left of this one. We'll go show you that in a second. But as it hits these patches of trees, it just flares up, gets real bright. So there's some more action, guys. I had to reset the SD card from the Apple fire, maxed out the SD. So there you go. Take a look at that for a little bit. There's been people like 4x over the cliff. There's people up there for sure. You can see them. That's a group up there. Oh yeah, that's a fire truck type light up there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking where the fire is right now is where the Edison Reservoir is. It's got that dip right there.
Yeah.
They had a horse crew up there too.
Hard to tell right there, but that's a really big flame. in the center screen right there. I mean, you gotta remember, we're miles away. Big flames. Pretty good flare up right there for you guys. Just started it with a naked eye, it just looks huge, but on the camera, you can barely get an idea how big that part is right there. But that's a big fire. When it gets to those trees, it just really gets really tall, stands up. So this huge flare up just starting at the top of the ridge line. And right when I fire up the camera, of course it died, but every time. That's crazy looking. So there's a pretty good flare up forming down low. There's another one up top right now, almost simultaneously. They got bigger. So kind of hard to focus on one or the other, but still a steady stream of traffic. It is 8:53. Solid cars coming and going. That was see you, man. That was Dunn and Huck Outdoors visiting, both of them from the area. I'm seeing big truck lights up on the hills now. They're cutting lines up high, so it's good that they're getting ahead of it. I think is what they're doing, trying to cut brakes and stuff with tractors. Pretty serious fire, and our prayers are with you there, Forest Falls and Mount Home, man. I know you guys are scared to death tonight, watching this thing, wondering if it's gonna come down the mountain. I know they're working hard. I was listening to those to the air traffic earlier, and they're doing everything they can to keep this thing from getting worse, but it's just burning in an area that hasn't burned in a very long time. So let's check out this flare up on top. So right here is just barely starting to flare up. It's coming into some new areas. Let's see if we can catch it as it flares. A lot of glow from that one right there. It's just coming in and out of these tree stands, and then once it hits some trees, it just really explodes. Starting to glow a little more right there. Pretty big fire. Let's go over to this other flare up. check this one out a little bit more before we get out of here, since the fire is kind of laying down now. A helicopter that just went over has been dropping water. Watch this for a few more minutes and then we're gonna get on out of here, get some sleep tonight, and maybe we'll check it out tomorrow. We'll watch this last flare up here as it's just catching some brush. There we go. You can see a tree in the middle there. Starting to quiet down a little bit out here, traffic wise. All right, we'll zoom in on this last little hot spot over here to the right, and then we're gonna get out. All right, so that's gonna be it, guys. Let's zoom out a little bit to give you perspective. That's all that's left for visual are those hot spots that you see up on the ridge above the traffic here. This is over here off the 38, right above Mill Creek Ranger Station, kind of between there and the bench in Yucaipa. Pretty big fire. It's called the Dorado fire. And it's pretty beefy. It's a pretty big fire, and it's gonna do some damage, that's for sure. So keep all the people affected and the firefighters in your thoughts, and we'll be back tomorrow maybe to check this out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the footage. We're gonna zoom in on this one little area as we go out. Pretty crazy.